What's up, ladies? My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was, or no, what if Deku had Deadpool's powers? So, I changed some of Deadpool's abilities, so, to, have more, he has, similar to Deadpool's, owns his powers, where, or no, similar to Doomsday's powers. It's like both of their powers fused together. So, yeah. So now, and plus, every time he, regenerates from even from the DNA sample, small DNA, could grow a full-size human for him. And let me remind you, it's not a quirk. It's so the one power that I'll give to Zuko, is actual power, not a quirk. So, yeah, and I'm adding Toga, or I kind of changed Toga's as, basically she'll be the same person, her design wise, but her personality of her having bloodlust is completely different. So this is explaining what's changed. So without further ado, let's jump right into the what if. So Zuko ends up basically the equivalent of, So I'm adding zooming to this what if. And basically, So let's jump right into it. Zuko and Zumi been born. I'm just going to use Inko's face. Or using her this. So Zuko ends up basically is way more powerful than anything. So, Zuko and Zumi been born, and at age of 3, they meet their friends like Toga, Bakugo, Todoroki. And so, but then at age of 4, the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk and all that stuff. But he told Zuko that he doesn't have a quirk and he can't become a hero, and so Zuko, so Inko and everybody's so his own parents abandoned him. Cut him out of their lives. And make sure this is still, So, First of all, it's his own parents. So, So Zuko ends up basically was last time. So time skip to him at age of 5 years old. So, no one. So everybody, his own parents No one celebrated his birthday. They all celebrated Zumi's, but or, they celebrate Zumi's birthday because as he felt like he was abandoned completely. Like, so, yeah. But then, yeah. But he learned, because how much pain he went through, he, like, he saw his own. So when he pulled the trigger on him, basically, yeah, as a bullet traveled through his brain and all the way out through the other side, as he died. He thought he died, but then he came back as but he can't believe it. As he tries to look around and tries to figure out why he's still alive. As he starts crying to himself, as he wants to die. And to be reincarnated into, but he froze. He realized he wasn't just born, or as a voice says to him, you weren't born with a quirk. As Zuko looks at down the deep hallway, as a lady, or a young woman, and with a black outfit on, and hers, you know her by the name of, this girl. As he explains that you're immortal. Oh, you live among these people. As they both, like, her and Zuko went on top of a building far away from, you live among these men. Your name is now, instead of calling you Zuko Midoriya, you are called Deadpool, or I'm trying to think of a name. The Undead Pool. Undead Pool, as Zuko's eyes widen. What? As he's trying to figure out why. You were born with a special gift. That you can never die. But you're powerful, dangerous. The gun that you used on yourself. Now the bullet, or now your hands become the bullets, or becomes the guns themselves. as she says, as she explains his powers. And so Zuku's was in so much pain that even, yeah, he was in so much pain that, yeah, as she walks up slowly to him, as she says, but one day, someone will end up killing you. And then we'll be here or we will be here forever. I don't remember. We will be together forever. My son. As she actually adopted him. As he's like, okay. So then, after she left, as bandages wrapped around his face, his arms, his hands, he is kind of like Lemons. How Lemons was. So from that day on, he was no longer Zuku. He was called the basically Undead Pool. Undead Pool. Not I Am Pool, but it's Undead Pool. Yeah. So that's what I came up with. So please don't. So yeah. So he ends up basically so during the 10 years, Zuko killed every villain under a name of Undead Pool. Yeah. Undead Pool. Yeah, Undead Pool. Or I was going to say Blood Pool. Let's do that. Blood Pool. Yeah. So they're, yeah. As let's say one of the cops was just walking. Let's say the guy that looks like this guy was just walking, or actually was walking down the hallway. And he was explaining to his comrade what he saw. Like, So when Zuko was 7 years old, the crime boss was like Fat Cat, and he had his men surrounding a prisoner, but Zuko, who intervened, and yeah, that guy was working for the police department before. But then, out of nowhere, sees that face as his men start shooting at him. Bang, 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 bang. As he kills the villain. on, like, he just literally, or he killed Fat Cat and his men without a single dodge, as everyone, and as the guy literally went into therapy after, because, yeah, after that. So, yeah. So during the remaining part, so 7 minus 15, but I have to do something real quick, and yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry. I cannot hold it in. So, yeah. So, basically, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. So, yeah. Make sure that's, yeah. So, 13, 14, 15. So that makes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 years, like, time skip thing. As everyone was in, like, it's like us when COVID first hit, where everyone was locked. It's like a lockdown. Yeah, well, everyone was scared of his, as everyone, as, yeah, everyone, or all the villains fell one by one, 2 by 2, 3 by 3. It was, yeah, they were like, bang, 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 bang. And then, yeah, he dropped the crime rate to only, like, all the way down to 1%. Like, basically, that's way lower than the normal. He did, like, everything in between. So, like, basically, Zuko's playful personality was like, now. And so, he did basically walks out as his normal self during the day time. But at night, he's a whole different person. As Zuko's just walking around. As Heroes and, like, Dead Arm says, hey kid, it's not safe for you out here anymore. Since after that maniac just showed up in town. Yeah. He's a real troublemaker, isn't he? Yeah. And I have nowhere to go. Oh. He's my home. Or actually I'm homeless. No. Poor kid. And plus I'm quirkless. As Dead Arms like so you need someone that's you need to care about someone that's more useful than just me. As he walks away, as Dead Arms could feel like bad because having the quirkless person walking around with a psycho killer on the loose is like driving. So when no one noticed that he has a literally time skip to All for One versus All Might. Yeah. And All for One. So during the time skip thing, the Quirk Doctor designed a sword for All for One to wield that is called the Quirk Destroyer. That allows whoever, like, basically whatever it cuts through, like, quirked person, their quirks are now separated from their bodies to be absorbed into the sword. But, so All for One says it's time for me to bring this puppy out and just use it on you, All Might. As he's walking really slow to draw attention, as he brings it down, like he lifts it up, brings it down, as instead of sorry about that. I don't know who this scammer is, so I'm trying to come over. Yeah. So, So basically, sorry if you heard that. That's the ringtone that's custom made. I didn't base it on anything. So, So, I don't know who. I'm trying to. Sorry. So, it's a scam, so I don't want to be scammed. So, that's rude. Whoever's calling me at this time. So, So, so now let's begin. Or let's continue. Sorry. So, All for One news about, was broadcast about he's about to kill All Might, and as he's, about to, as Inko, Zumi, Asashi, everybody that was as watching it was scared. But then there's this song that is now going to play in about 23 minutes. So, or no, 25 plus, yeah, oh, 3. So, yeah. So then, Zuko interferes in the epic pose. Like he basically pushed All for One, or no, All Might out of the way as the sword comes down right onto Zuko's head, cutting him right down the middle, saving as as Zuko gets cut right down the middle. Oh. Yeah, and so All for One's like, this stupid sword. And he took away a wrong quirk. As he turns around, he turns to All Might and walks. Like, alright, now it's time to finish you. No more interruptions. As he was about to kill All Might, but Zuko grabbed his leg before and tossed him out. As Zuko put himself back together. As he says, as he kinks his neck. Like how Wolverine does when he regenerates. As everyone was shocked when they saw him putting himself back together. As he says, woo-wee! That was cutting edge, aren't you? If I wasn't immortal, well, I would have been getting killed so fast that even... As All for One looks at him, or everybody can't believe it. How did that man survive? As he turns to All Might, no need to fear, I am here. As he takes off a mask, or the tendrils, or should I say the bandages that were over his body. I'm trying to find the picture of, all those bandages became unbandaged, and he took off his hoodie. As everyone could not believe it. It's Zuko Midoriya. Long time no see. As even Bakugo, that got captured, could not even believe that his own friend survived. And as All for One's like, I thought I killed you. No. As the sword was flaring up in the air and lands right on, or actually Zuko caught the blade. Before it even touched the ground. As he says, as he could feel the energy of those that was used by All for One. Now, Do you want to know why it didn't steal my powers? Because it was designed to kill quirk users and cutting their quirks out of their bodies. But there's a problem. I can never die. Your blood pool? Huh. As Bakugo says. Now, with that out of the way, let's finish this. As he goes toe to toe with all for one. Like, he's keeping up with, all for one, when he stole or / killed someone else that had a similar power to what Ares had, and some random stranger that had similar quirk to Ares, and yeah, so he's in his prime. So yeah. So then he's like, all right. So, but Zuko kept up with the prime all for one. And so now as Bakugo's, everyone could not believe it. Even Dead Arms can't even believe that. Even his own mother can't believe that he's... All this time, she thought her son was... She never thought he became a... He didn't become a villain. He became more of a anti-hero. Like how Hero Killer Stain is. He only believes that all the good people should not have ever died in the first place. As he even says that all the good men and women that served this world should never die by your hands. And so the sword reacted as the same Grim Reaper girl, this girl, was right behind him, floating around him. Like, as it's, so All for One, the Prime All for One sees this. You're powerful. As he can't believe it, that Zuko's knows. Yeah. So when All for One looks at Zuko, you're the second most powerfulest person besides her. It's been a long time, hasn't it? All for One. But she uses his actual name. Him. Now, go ahead, Zuko. Or should I say, Bloodpool. Let's finish him off together. Yes, I agree. As Zuko's getting ready to, getting his first ever kill. As he ran right up to All for One and cuts him down to size. As he walks away, as he puts a sword back in the quiver thing, as All for One's souls were now... Oh no, that's too much. Too much. Sorry, I just looked at something. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So then when Zuko killed All for One, he walked away. As the Grim Reaper girl, her, pets him right on the head. Good job, son. Now, let me... So then All for One's soul basically got dragged to the underworld, and yeah. And so Zuko keeps the sword and named it the Killer Blade. Yeah. So he names it that way. He literally names it like basically, yeah, Killer Blade of the Insanity. And so his straps or his bandages reformed back onto his face with Hun. Now, as he leaps out of bounds, like he literally flies. Yeah. As everyone can't believe, Zuko Midoriya, out of everyone, was born with a power. And so All Might even says, wait, hold on. You're saying Zuko was born with actual powers? Yeah. And Sasha can't believe that, because in this alternate timeline, whoever was born with one of the three categories is based off of how rich they will get. So, and more powerful they are, more valuable they are. So let's say, so there was Quirkless is poor, basically. Quirks are a little bit more like between, so they're not rich or poor. They're just average people kind. And then there's abilities, or powers, should I say, that are where rich people are. But Zuko is the most high-paid version, like tippity top person. Some people have, like, in that category, some people have, like, powers of infinity, zero, and special add because of one of the people said one of the powers would be pizza power. Yeah. That's on the most useless powers. Unless it has a power to like a minus. Every time they touch something, they turn it to pizza. But Zuko was, or so, should I say, Blood Pool Zuko is the tippity top of that. So he's more valuable than anything. And he's way more richer than anyone. So when Inko told them, when Inko heard about Zuko, who is in the tip top power thing, her heart, like, she could not believe it. She could not handle that they could have been rich people who, if they weren't foolish enough to believe that the Quark Doctor lied to them. So, yeah. Because Zuko actually was in the powered category. So, yeah. So then when Toga saw Zuko for the first time in a long time, because she knew who he was. He is her boyfriend, basically. She is she loved him so much that she didn't even care if he was Bloodpool or himself. He was basically her boyfriend. Anyways. So she gets out at night. And she knows where he's at. Izuku was basically like his mass or his like appendages things or whatever they're called straps fell off unwind from them as the Toga says to Zuko, long day, sweet pea, as he recognizes her voice. Hey Toga, what's up? As she even had her arms crossed, his like hugs him from behind. And so she calls him Pumpkin when they're together. So, yeah. She literally does. Because of what. Yeah, so they've been dating for as long as they met. So, like, when they, from an age of 3 years old to now. So she even asked him for, like, she even asked him to get married to her. Ezuku agrees. Yes. As he loves her so much. So, yeah. She didn't actually hate him. She actually, or should I say, she didn't hate him or, like, despise him and all that stuff. Well, Zuko, or so, reason why he left before is because because everyone else hated him and cutted them out of his, or no, they cut him out of their lives. And except for Toga. Toga didn't hate him, but she's the opposite. She loved him. She cared about him. Plus, when she heard that he had actual powers that make him richer than anyone, she actually made, yeah. So so they've been dating. He owns a suit. With a tie, and he looks more fancier than anyone. As so then Goga gets in home, or like she basically, so time skip to All Might versus, or no, so Overhaul arc where Zuko, or should I say Bloodpool, helped the heroes, and yeah, he moves fast. And so when Zuko he moves like, you know how that guy moves like, yeah, like that. Well, Zuko could move up to 10,000 times faster than him. So, like, basically, he could move the speed of light, or like 100 times over. So when he saved Zumi and Ares from overhauls, and like he says, all right, let's deal with these guys. As the blade actually, when he used it in combat, the sword actually evolved into the World Destroyer, where, yeah, Zuko pulls out it, and like, he cut Overhaul right down to zero. Like, basically, yeah. And, yeah. And so when Zuko Good job, Zuko. Or Bloodpool. As he nods his head. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where? Yeah. So Sir Night Eyes says that to, as he says, "You're welcome." Or he nods his head, and so he jets off. As Zumi is even, and like says, "Wait, brother, name. I heard that you were." As she literally says, "Hold on, brother, or our mother, your mother," as he says, her name, because as he kind of has this aggression because how he felt. As Inko, or as Zumi says, "She's our mother. Inko is our mother." As he pulls out the sword right at his own sister's head, as he says, "You guys cut me out of your lives. It was because I was quirkless. I was nothing more than just a throwaway trash. That's how I felt." As he knows, as she could sense, Zuko is, or actually, everyone knows that Zuko, so Zumi knows that, as she nods her head, or she lowers her head, as she can't believe that her own brother, she knows that her own brother is right. Where her own brother knows, or she knows that he's right. And so when he puts away the sword before, as that part about "you guys took me out of your lives," it was true. So that means that you don't call me your brother anymore. As he jumps out of view, as everyone that was there. So first of all, Toga knew that Zuko's having family issues things. She understands that his pain. So but when Inko had back home, she asked, or so Inko asked her, well, what did he say? Well, he said that rest of us treated him as like garbage, and because since after being quirkless, I think we are just been too hard on him. And as Zuko actually did more good things than bad things. So, when, yeah. So then so Inko can't believe it. As the next, during that same night, Asashi knows that Asashi knows that Inko's gonna yell at him because and they're gonna get into argument, but he's just letting her frustrations out. Go ahead and let your frustrations. As she's goes on and on about like how could us all cut him out of our lives. He's our son, and we just abandoned him like he was nothing to us. We should have just kept him around. And so she's going on and on about like why we chose Zumi over Zuko, because is it wrong to have both equal and all that stuff. So yeah. But then she realized that he must have, as she starts remembered when she saw the pain on his face when her husband told Zuko that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Zuko was not very happy, as he was in so much pain that even he can't believe that his own parents don't even love him anymore. So she remembers seeing she remembers that she's seen him basically with that same expression. And yeah. So yeah. So then she let it all out, and now she's crying in his arms, and there. Yeah. Let me find him. So then the couple days have passed. Let's say one day, Sashi finds where Zuko's been hiding. As at an abandoned warehouse where he had full of armor, or should I say full of weapons, that could, yeah. So, yeah. So then as Zuko puts on, or when he turns, it's like when nervous reaction, when he puts on his like straps and his hoodie are automatically, and All For One looks at Zuko. Or no, actually not All For One. I mean, Asashi looks at Zuko and tells him, "Calm down. I'm not here to fight." And or as he could feel the anger inside Zuku's face, or he could feel Zuku's anger towards him. I know you're upset, but we're sorry for abandoning you. We didn't know that you had so much. As the Grim Reaper girl home walks, or portal opens up, and basically she comes out. He's the easy him blood pool. Name. As he puts his outfit thing away before, as he looks away from his own father, and she actually says, yeah, he's kind of still upset for you and rest of you. Yeah, I understand that. But no matter, he's still our son. He's still my son. Because I know that he doesn't know, or I know that he knows that we all care about him. As Hazuka pulls out his sword right at his own father's throat. As she understands that that's a lie. As Asashi's like, yeah, I know that's a lie about you who. I know that you who think of us as you think us things that you're trash, but in reality, I know after seeing your battles against All for One and proved yourself to us, we're family. We are still family. As I learned that from Endeavor's attitude, he and I were almost the same. We mistreat our kids like it. But please understand. And that, as he says it with a kind voice, please. We all still love you. Ezuka puts a sword away. As he says, it's a lot to take in. As he starts having tears down his face, like he cries. Because when Toga, he went through a massive dump. Like, basically what I mean by that is basically Toga, during the time skip, and she heard that Zuko was because she knew that Zuko went overboard and all that stuff. But Toga decided to dump him. So, man, he didn't care. Her. Like, she literally had high hopes for them to get married. But then that happens, yeah. So then she actually ends up dumping him to go for someone that's, yeah. So his heart was broken in 2,000 spots, or actually 3 spots. Or actually 2 lines through his heart. That makes his heart have 4 pieces. As she actually, when Asashi apologized to Zuko and he forgave him about that stuff, he accepts it, and so that there was only one line it was actually because of Toga had a change of heart. Because she didn't want she did not want him to be in that mood. So she left him. So, yeah. Zuko looks away. As he had so much pain. And it's like all of fresh wounds. And so Sashi was like asking the Grim Reaper girl about what's wrong with him? Well, as he says, he's been dumped by Himiko Toga because of this little incident that, as she's basically says that as Asashi can't believe that Zuko actually is super angry with people and so his pain was just, he had so much pain through his own heart that but now he's not mad at any of his parents or his sister anymore. But he's just his heart would now used to be one full piece before his parents abandoned him. That cuts it down to 2, and then when for the longest time. Then his sister, or no, not his sister, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend dumps him. That makes his heart into 4 pieces. But his parents apologize to him, so he accepts. So now it's back to just 2 halves. So, yeah. So, yeah. His own pain, he's just the crime. So, every villain was now scared of Zuko. Yeah, like, everyone was scared of Bloodpool. Oh, because of... But, yeah. So when Zuko... Oh... was like... Yeah. As... One day he was just walking around, and let's say he was 18. They're all like 18, 19, 20 or something. As he did apologize to Zumi for threatening her with the blade. And because as he tells her that he was just angry that but our parents, as he actually says it, our parents accepted me back to the family. And I couldn't believe that I took my anger out on you, little sister. And Zumi knows that it's not his fault. It was he went through a lot of pain, suffering, and all that stuff. But then he basically tells himself, she tells him that he accepts her, she accepts him as still be her brother. And, yeah. And he's also said, and sorry to pull a blade out like that to you, by the way. Yeah, that's okay, big brother. There, as he says, it's just, I know that you were mad at, yeah. So, then Zuko, so then when Toga, or when Zuko actually did not realize it until a little bit later that Zuko wasn't mad at any of them, but instead he was mad at because it was family stuff. And so yeah. So when Zuko told him about when she actually gave him space, and to like, because he wasn't mad at her for anything. It's just he went through a lot of pain, as Zumi tells her. He went through a lot of pain for her, like, that stuff. So, yeah. Bloodpool kept the or should I say Bloodpool kept Zuko, or no, Bloodpool keeps the crime rate down to only 1%. And that is himself. As he's an anti-hero. So basically he's a hero, but also a villain in most cases. So, yeah. So when he basically he went through the opposite of like what Ares would been. Like, instead of instead of her being experimented on, she got like straight up like what Zuko went through. So let's do a time skip. To yeah. So Toga actually finally walks up to Zuko after, because she actually knew how much pain Zuko went through, but Zuko did decide, or actually, she actually walked and hugged Zuko and tells him that she's sorry for dumping him like that. I know that if I kept interfering with your problem life, then I would have had to end up, and I just sat back and just, but then, yeah, so she ends up dates him, or actually she actually gets married to him. So she gets married to him, and they had a daughter. And yeah, the daughter has Ochako's, or no, not Ochako. I mean Toga's powers, or quirk, and Zuko's powers. Every time he dies, he comes back, and yada yada. Kind. As time progressed, their young daughter actually became a assassin hero, just like her father. Like that character from Dead Amount Death Play. So yeah, she basically, yeah, she went from an adorable little kid to a psychopath that even. But she actually loves her own brother, or no, her own father because, yeah, and her mother. Psychotic nature, basically. So, on a mission, he actually walks up. Let me deal with them. And the guy's just like pulls guns on him, bang, bang, bang. As Zuko was standing still, as bullets bounced right off of his. As his sister, or no, not his sister, his mother, or no, not his mother, his daughter, I meant, his daughter was right behind him as she moves out of the way, like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. She dodged so many bullets. Ezuku's just straight up like, huh. Name. Yeah. So yeah, Zuko was a little bit off balance. But he sure does keep up with his own daughter. I'll tell you that much. As Toga does stealth missions, and because she is a pro hero and she has her own agency and does that, but Zuko, or should I say Blood Pool, and their daughter is called Life Pool. So basically, Blood Pool, who is the father of Life Pool, and Life Pool, who is basically is the daughter of, yeah. So yeah. That was weird. So then, yeah. So they've been, yeah. A couple times they go out, and they fight crime. And the crime rate went down to only still 1%. As everybody's like, dang, it doesn't even go up or down. As the government tells Zuko that he's, because he's can work for hire, so they hire him to kill all the baddies. And so when he does, they can remove all of the committed crimes against him to zero, like nothing. So he does that. He kills he kills all the villains and all the, and so his his crimes was gone. And I also forgot to mention in the beginning intro that I recorded that this version of Zuko, or should I say Blood Pool, is doesn't have the break the fourth wall ability yet. But his own daughter does have that. His own daughter has that same or ability as Deadpool. And then, so he actually unlocked it because of him. So, yeah. Before. But he didn't know about it until, like, his own daughter starts talking to herself. As he starts laughing at her. As Toga's, like, confused of, what are you talking to, Sweet Pea? As Zuko responds, oh, she's just talking to the... As he had to explain it to his wife, his own family, he had to explain that about him, or about they have the same ability of the breaking the fourth wall. What does that mean? As he explains that, Zuko's, some people in like movies or cartoons, as he points to a TV right next to it, usually has this ability to talk through the camera or their TV at you guys, or at the viewers at home. Really? And when Toga's eyes, when she heard that, so all this is like stage play, kind. Yeah. But the main actor or main characters can talk through the different ways. Like there is one there's someone probably was watching some other video about a what if. And before they changed over here. So I'll make a prediction that is a what if me, as Zucker says, what if me was the Godzilla's reincarnation or Gargantuan Leviathan, and they're both, as he says, and I know what you guys are thinking. This main story that we're talking about knows the other Zukus. So he actually told them, Zuko actually told them that those alternate versions of mine are way more dangerous and a little bit more scary too. As they're like, how scary are we talking about? Well, one of them is called Doomsday Zuko, and he's, like his name suggests, he causes doom and gloom around. And when you enter into his world, pray to the Lord that he spares your life. And Dead Arms, or everybody wants to know what he means. Just imagine walking down home. Like imagine we're all walking down his road. Okay? Just imagine and everyone that you ever known and everybody that is like, they all of it, or all of them, or like how he says, look at the roads. Just imagine dead bodies on these because of destructions and buildings destroyed. Yeah. So then, yeah. But not all of them are bad versions. Some are, some aren't. Like, the Godzilla reincarnation version of me, as Zuko says, is way more powerful than myself. Trust me. He can use... There's this beam attack that he shoots out of his throat. But when you hear this woo, 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 bam sound, better run the other way. Really? Yeah. He's releasing his Omega beam. It could kill anyone. Yeah. And so, as his own daughter says, that's true. Who? As she turns to her dad, oh, are we gonna watch it? Sure, her thing, Sweet Pea. So then they go, or so after they protect the heroes, or no, they basically do their missions and yeah. So then they go home. They sit on a couch and they switch it over to the TV, or no, to YouTube, and they type up what ifs. And yeah, Toga is watching a alternate Zuko. That's Godzilla, reincarnation Zuko, who, with her husband and her child, as everyone else comes in and enjoys watching it. As everyone can't believe, including Zumi, Inko, Asashi, and all that stuff, without, yeah. So yeah, some of them, like Bakugo was like punched the wall hard, like that, and they can't believe about like what ifs things. When they heard, or when they saw that, they were like, dang! But how can you do that, Zuko? How did you and your daughter have that? That's so broken. As even everyone, including Ochako, Bakugo, everyone looked at Zuko and his own daughter and saying, you both have a broken ability. That's so broken. Like, you just could just boop, see into, like, a real world, like a fourth dimension, and like where you guys that are at home are watching this video, huh? 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 Are basically, yeah, all that stuff. And please subscribe to this channel, please. Thank you. Now, with that out of the way, let's get done. Let's get this over with. Sorry. So, because this is, like, please leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace. And